What can I say? You knew this video was coming. I didn't get to say it on Saturday night when it happened on YouTube because we already pre-filmed out for Sunday because I stayed up for 24 hours, but we hit 94,000. I love you guys so freaking much, right? Little diamond heart from big old MCOL40 man. So, let's talk about what we're all here for today. Robbie made a video that said Tri-Brigade needs to be banned. Well, here's the thing, alright? It's not so much that Tri-Brigade needs to be banned, it's... the deck is boring. Wait a minute, Robbie, wait a minute. How does banning something and saying it's boring equivalate to each other? So here's the thing, alright? When you have people playing the deck right now that are going, Tri-Brigade is freaking boring, man. I've heard this from a lot of Tri-Brigade players. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it looks like Tri-Brigade representation is kind of falling in these larger events. The reason for that is people are bored of the deck. Alright, like, truthfully and honestly, like, I'm bored playing against it, and a lot of the Tri-Brigade players out there, they're just bored of playing it. Now, it's not to say that the deck is losing its hold on the balance of the format, because it's not, alright? The deck is still one of the, if not the best deck in the modern era format. So, when we say a deck is getting boring, it means that the player base is getting fed up with it, alright, on multiple levels here. Now, the interesting thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is we go in a cycle traditionally with this, and we typically see this usually after the national format. At least, you know, truthfully, with the world situation being as crap as it is right now, at least Yu-Gi-Oh! Still goes in its cycles, alright? Tax seasons, always everybody spends money. Reprint seasons, traditionally the, everything went up phase, though this year there's nothing to really go up because all the staples are up on the reprint block because the last few sets have just been power crep by power crep. There's nothing in the sets to sell the product, alright? So, at least, you know, Zeus was a good card that was generic, but you know what, for the most part, you know, the infinite power creeping there. So, let's look at Tri-Brigade as a whole here. So, what makes this deck so boring? You do the same thing. It's, you cheat out Link monsters, alright? You know, double Dragon Lords. Screw those double summoning conditions that they have. Alright? Screw the rules. I have Tri-Brigade, as they would say out here. Cheat out those relatively interesting conditions. So, I mean, hey man, cheating out a Link monster is all fun games, but the thing that really gets me 95% of the time here, when you look at this deck, you always look at Revolt. Every time you look at Revolt, it's always the same picture being painted by the community. It's Revolt. Revolt's the problem. Nope. Revolt is the problem to a lot of players. Now, I've proposed some suggestions along the way to fix the deck. I've continuously heard the same, no, Tenki, Robbie. Robbie, I'm telling you, alright? My grandpa works at Konami, alright? He knows that they're going to put Tenki to 2. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I look at Tenki and I see that in New Era Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, we've really been focusing on the leaving semi-generic searchable cards, because Konami doesn't want to print a search for every archetype, though I think that they would be better off with that. Look at Rhoda. Alright, who would have guessed that Rhoda being a generic search card would eventually be our problem in the game's life years ago? You guys remember when Rhoda moved off the list to a semi-higher number? I remember. So, instead of, you know, having to print a searcher for every archetype, which would be the better idea, Konami, I feel like, has enjoyed leaving the interactions for these other archetypes. So, I don't think hitting that is really going to be the case. Now, you can make the argument, well, Robbie, we can go after Revolt. Alright, that'd be revolting, actually. The community will hate it, but it'll fix the deck. I look at Revolt, and I don't know if Revolt's the problem. Alright, I look at Fractal, honestly, as more of one of the troublesome pieces, alright? It's the card that literally goes, you can dump this, dump Kit, mill another one, mill the Nerval, get your piece to your hand, get your extender, get the Karas. Alright? If you put that card to 1, well, you effectively limit what the deck could do. Now, the other argument here is you can go after Karas, which is the Special Summon Extender. All right, that would technically fix things, right? Well, problem is most of the builds in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Are only playing 2 Karas as it is. So then you have to make the decision of, well, if we're not going to go after Tenki, Fractal hitting would be good. It would slow down the deck. I guess you could make some sort of argument to go after Nerval, because Nerval is the one that adds. But, like, at that end of the day, like, I look at this and I see the same thing here. I feel like the main centerpiece is Fractal. Now, I also made an argument with some of my friends. We were talking about, what if Konami put Shirog to 1? Now, think about what the deck does. Now, by limiting Shirog, you get 1 Shirog per game, which means what other big boss monster in the Link 4 category can you really go for? You can leave Revolt at all the higher numbers. You can let Revolt cheese out more Frigettes all day long, more Silver Shullers. I don't really care about you dealing with that. What if Shirog is the center point here? All right, and I ask you, you know, from a standpoint of allowing the deck to still function, but you cripple its boss monster in the regard of searchability becomes limited at that point. By limited, I mean at the end of it, the recovery points, which are usually the deck's much stronger points, which it is. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, I can tell you the amount of times that I've had a Shirog resolve on me that ends up putting the nail in the coffin for me to cheat out something else or into another Shirog. It's the multiple looping Shirog points that can be the death of you, unfortunately. So when I do bring an emphasis up on possibly going after Shirog as one of the counterpoints, you all kind of have to look at it this way. Besides Fractal's milling, all right, Karas is extending options, and Shirog's power off of Revolt, and Revolt, really those are the only real 4 that I care about, like, for being targets for going after in this deck, all right? So, truthfully, you just have to decide, besides, you know, going after Tenki and just being like, oh, we're going to punish all the Beast Warrior decks. All those Beast Warrior users are going to suffer out there. I get it, all right? Generic support is bad by a lot of people's opinions, but at the end of the day, I think it's fine. So, from where I'm sitting right now, a lot of stuff here, all right? I just wanted to say that Tri-Brigade at this point in time has become very boring to both the players playing the deck and, of course, playing against it, all right? Like I said, when I've already heard 6 people go, I would have been playing Tri-Brigade this weekend, but I'm bored of the deck. Like, I'm taking a break. I want to explore other options. I want to see what else is going on out there. You know, it begs the question of, maybe it's time for that shift in the format. Now, the next shift we're getting will be Burst, and you know how long it has been since we've had anything exciting in the game. Not to say that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, like, in a bad place right now, but when Konami has to use a ban list to effectively, you know, spin things out, make things more interesting at the end of the day, it's not necessarily a good thing, in my opinion. You know, remember how many times people were pissed at shit in their pants dealing with, you know, the ban list? Engage was a bad card, but here we sit right now in late August 2021, and now we have to ask ourselves this. If Tri-Brigade is such a boring deck, is it worth hitting? It does remain in that top contender spot. Which of the points of the deck do we need to best consider seeing as an option to hit? And, well, don't even get me started on a subtopic here, all right? Looking at you, Meow Mew, all right? Meow! Meow! Ooh! Talk about this in another video, but I just want to end this video on the sub point of, I hate that card, all right? It's so disgusting. Ugh, so bad. So guys, I want to once again thank all of you, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for getting us to 94K. I've been doing this for a very long time. I didn't think I'd ever get this far, but now the reality of the situation is here, and we are chugging along. I am freaking excited. You have no idea, right? 100K is so close. I can freaking taste it. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. What do you want to see get hit in Tri-Brigade? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Smash it, love, crap out, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out. More awesome content. Now see your beautiful faces back here later on the day. Some more cool awesome content. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCo40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCO40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcogames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.